Have you ever stared at the ceiling at 3 a.m., watching imaginary shapes form in the cracks, counting sheep, counting your regrets, and suddenly remembering that embarrassing thing you said in 2012? Yeah, welcome to the wonderful, frustrating world of insomnia, or at least the nights when sleep decides to ghost you. But here's the twist. Not sleeping is not just a personal annoyance. It's a human experience. Almost everyone, at some point in life, has tossed and turned, wondering, what do I do when my brain feels like a hamster running on a wheel, but my body feels like a rock? Today, we're going to explore this question in depth, not just with tips like drink chamomile tea or count backwards from 100, but with a full journey. We'll mix science, everyday wisdom, funny little truths, and most importantly, practical steps you can use tonight. Because here's the reality. Sleep isn't just a luxury. It's like charging your phone overnight. Without it, your brain's battery is stuck at 2% and you're running around hoping you don't shut down mid-conversation. So let's dive in. First, let's talk about why your brain refuses to shut down at night. Think about it. You spend all day scrolling, working, stressing, thinking, analyzing, worrying, planning. Your brain is like a tab hoarder on a laptop. You know the type. 27 tabs open, music playing in the background, 2 spreadsheets running, and of course, a random YouTube video about penguins on the side. That's your mind at night. It doesn't want to shut down. It's still processing the day. That awkward conversation at work. That bill you forgot to pay. That fantasy of quitting your job and becoming a goat farmer in the mountains. So when you can't sleep, step 1 is understanding that your mind is not broken. It's just overactive. And overactive minds need a plan. So let's talk strategies. The first and simplest one, create a wind-down ritual. Humans are creatures of rhythm. Your body has something called a circadian rhythm, a natural 24-hour cycle that tells you when to sleep, when to wake, and when it's time for snacks at 11 p.m. If you treat bedtime like a random event, scrolling until you crash, your brain gets confused. It doesn't know when to release melatonin, your sleep hormone. So you need to train it. Here's an example. An hour before bed, dim the lights. Put your phone away, or at least use a blue light filter. Stretch a little, sip some herbal tea, or read something light. Not a murder mystery. Not your work emails. Something calm. Think of it as telling your brain, hey, buddy, time to power down. We're closing the tabs. And speaking of tabs, let's talk about the smartphone trap. We've all been there. You're lying in bed, you pick up your phone just to check something quickly, and suddenly it's 2 a.m., and you're deep into a rabbit hole about whether cats can see ghosts. Here's the science. That little glowing screen is basically tricking your brain into thinking it's daytime. Blue light from screens tells your brain, stay awake, the sun is up. So no wonder you can't sleep. Now, I know you're thinking, but my phone is also my alarm, my relaxation tool, my everything. I get it. I'm not saying you have to throw your phone into the ocean. Just make it less of a midnight buddy. Try leaving it across the room. Or set a digital cutoff time. After 11 p.m., no doom scrolling. Instead, replace it with something else. Maybe journaling. Yes, journaling. Grab a notebook and write down everything buzzing in your head. To-dos, random thoughts, ideas, frustrations. Think of it like dumping mental clutter onto paper so your brain can rest. This works because your brain loves unfinished tasks. It keeps them active, circling in your head like a plane waiting to land. When you write them down, you're telling your brain, relax, I've got this stored. You can rest now.
All right, let's get deeper. Sometimes sleeplessness isn't just about habits, it's about stress and worry. Think of your brain as a security guard. When you're stressed, it refuses to go off duty. It stays awake scanning for threats, even if the only threat is a presentation next week, or the fact that your neighbor keeps playing karaoke at midnight. So, what do? You calm the guard. You tell your nervous system, you're safe. That's where relaxation techniques come in. Breathing exercises, meditation, even progressive muscle relaxation. Here's a simple one. The 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale slowly for 8. Repeat a few times. It's like pressing the chill button on your body. Or try this. Tense each muscle group in your body. Feet, legs, hands, shoulders. Hold for a few seconds, then release. By the time you finish, your body feels heavy, like it's melting into the bed. Another overlooked trick? Get out of bed. Sounds weird, right? But here's the science. If you lie in bed too long wide awake, your brain starts linking your bed with wakefulness, not with sleep. So, if you can't sleep after 20 minutes, get up, go to another room, do something calming under low light, like reading or stretching, and then come back. That way, your bed stays sacred, a place for sleep, not late-night existential crisis marathons. And let's not forget the basics. Caffeine? Don't drink it too late. Exercise? Yes, but not right before bed, or you'll feel like a turbocharged engine. Food? Heavy meals before bed are like asking your stomach to throw an all-night rave. Now, let's add a touch of humor. Because sometimes lying awake at night, your brain gets dramatic. It tells you things like, you're never going to sleep again. You'll ruin tomorrow. Or my personal favorite, if you don't sleep right now, your whole life is over. But here's the truth. One bad night won't destroy you. Humans are resilient. Yes, you'll feel tired. Yes, coffee will be your best friend, but your body will recalibrate. Don't panic about not sleeping. It just makes it worse.
So where does all of this leave us? It leaves us with a toolbox, a set of practices, mindset shifts, and hacks you can use when sleep slips away. To recap, create a bedtime ritual. Put the phone away. Journal to unload your brain. Try breathing or relaxation exercises. Respect the bed as a sleep-only zone. And above all, don't panic. Because here's the deeper insight. Sleep is not something you force. It's something you invite. Think of it like a cat. If you chase it, it runs away. If you create a calm, safe space, it curls up right beside you. That's sleep. And remember, every sleepless night is also a reminder that your body and mind are connected, that maybe you're carrying too much stress, that maybe you need to slow down, that maybe your brain just wants a little attention. So instead of fighting sleeplessness, treat it as an opportunity to learn about yourself. And if you're listening to this as part of your daily podcast habit, remember, every day is a chance to improve a little, to change small things that create big impact, even your sleep habits. So tonight, when you're lying in bed, instead of stressing, take a breath. Remember the tools, and trust that your body knows what to do. Because it does. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this helpful, stick around. We dive into real, everyday struggles, sleep, stress, motivation, and explore not just solutions, but the deeper why behind them. Follow this channel,
Share this with a friend who needs it, and remember, good nights lead to better days. Now close your eyes, and may sleep find you peacefully, gently, just like an old friend coming home.